Well, in Tennessee, we're supposed to get up to 94 Fahrenheit. We have a heat wave going on for another week or so. I think that's about, I don't know, 45, 50 Celsius. I don't know, somewhere around there. But it's getting hot. And people ain't doing much here for at least a week or two. The mornings are a little bit cooler, and our humidity's not as high. But we're on a heat wave here. The weather's something else. But that's not what this video is about. I'm here to talk about how people are begging and how they're scamming you out of your money. And if you're not aware of it, you're probably going to be seduced into it and believe you're helping. See, back in the old days, I've seen people, originally they would make videos like, you're not giving enough, people are so cold-hearted, they really need to give more, and if you can't give, you should say a prayer. And this was video after video after video for a couple weeks until finally the big one was released. So basically they're prepping you and they're working on your heart. You have to understand, when you're in a video, you're one-on-one. Makes it easier to beg. But then it would come out, I can't pay my mortgage, I can't pay my rent, I can't pay a certain bill, I need food. And the people would come forth and give them money. And this worked in the old days, okay? But it took people about, I don't know, 2 to 4 years to finally get and start realizing, like, well, this person's a beggar. And, a lot of people think they're innocent, and this person's a prepper? What am I missing here? If you're a prepper and you claim to be a prepper, I mean, obviously you should be putting some money away every month, and I don't care how small it is, $10, $20, whatever, because there will be an emergency. You will need a tire. You will need something that's going to break down. It's just the way things are. If you are actually living paycheck to paycheck, then you need to address that problem and fix it, even if you got to take a second job one more day a week, because you need to put a certain amount away for that rainy day. At least that would be common sense. But a new scam that's going on, and I don't think anybody's caught it. I see it quite a bit now. Oh, and by the way, I've seen people donate up to $15,000 in one shot. I've seen them buy them vans. I've seen them buy them cameras. You have to understand, if it didn't work, people wouldn't be doing it, right? So it does work. But this new thing that's going on is pretty ingenious. And you have to be really aware of what's going on. If you got to have your eyes open. I watched this one prepper where he was begging for money for somebody else. That's a neat trick, because if they were to beg for themselves, well, people would be, oh, they're scamming, I'm not giving them no money, because they've been desensitized to that years ago, right? Now it's different. So the person he's begging for, he starts saying, can we get some money for this person because they're having a hard time, they were in the hospital, they're short $150 on their mortgage. And I'm like, wow, look at that, $150. So then I go and check their channel. And 6 months ago, 7 months, 7 months ago, she was doing the same thing for him. She was saying, hey, can we help out this poor guy? He needs some help. So now we don't beg for ourselves. We beg for the other people. So this way it doesn't look like they're a beggar. But this scam takes a little bit longer. You have to bid your time and be patient. And this is going on. And they're both preppers. The one guy, for the few that actually know what I'm talking about, he likes to sing. He's a horrible singer. And all these religious verses, and then acts like he's preaching in the wilderness. But if you actually check her channel, the one he's begging for, you'll find out she was begging for him 6 or 7 months before that. Now, what makes this scam even better is if a few people on the channel say, oh my God, I'm going to go do the same thing, we need to help that poor woman out. So now you get 2 or 3 other people that are totally innocent to this. They go and make videos and say, we need to help this poor girl. It was brought to my attention by this guy. And you're like, wow, that scam worked out perfect. Now, if it's not a scam, it looks kind of fishy, don't you think? Especially when they're all preppers. And I'm just shaking my head. You know, you should address your health, quit smoking. I say that all the time. And everybody's saying, hey, you need to put food away, you need to put this away. Well, you should have some type of security put away financially. You know, over time, you should have it, I would say at least a good 1,000 minimum put away, and you don't spend it. And you know, that's for emergencies. Like apparently she owes 150 on her mortgage. Now, the problem with that is that shows it's even more of a scam. And I don't know, maybe the people that are donating are renting. But when you have a mortgage, they're not going to come in and take your house in one day. They're not going to take your house in a month. You have lots of time if you fall behind in your mortgage. You can even go back into the bank and say, look, I can't catch that up. Is there any way we can put that on the back end? And they'll do that. They'll take whatever's there, 150, 300, whatever, put it on the back end of the mortgage and continue on. Person could do that, but no, it's much easier if I get my buddy over there that sits back and begs for me. That way I don't look like the beggar. I look like the good guy. And then, of course, we act all surprised. Oh, my God, I can't believe you're doing that. Well, thank you so much. Give me a break. The length these people will go to with begging is unbelievable. Now, if you check their about sections, they'll say they're on disability. They'll say they're not currently working. Um, it's just unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. And it has to come to an end. People have to stop giving money on YouTube when it's a scam. You know, when they're indirectly saying, hey, I need money. I don't care what you need money for. Get out and get a job. Get off your ass and go get a job. There's tons of work here in the U.S. I'm not kidding you guys, even in my small town. I mean, I've got jobs here where if you want to go look after an elderly person, they'll pay you cash. I mean, it's unbelievable how many jobs are around here that you can get without anybody knowing that you're making money. And I say that because a lot of people on disability, they can't make extra money or their money's deducted. But there's lots of easy jobs where all they got to do is go in and sit and watch TV and watch somebody for a few hours a day, and then the family will pay them cash money. So when you see somebody asking for money, for whatever the reason is, they better be willing to post all their finances, all their bills. I don't know, because it's just ridiculous. So one person begs for the other person. 6 months later, that person begs for that person. And if we can get a few more to join in, now who knows? Maybe the scam goes deeper. I mean, maybe if they have one person beg and then 6 months later, the other person begs for that person, and then it says, okay, let's get 2 or 3 more begging. And then, 6 months later, one of those other guys will pick and ask for money for him because he did it. And we get this entire group going where they're all working together, where they're not begging for themselves, they're begging for each other. That would be interesting if that's what's happening. Keep your hands on your wallet. A fool and his money are soon parted. And there is no more honesty in that statement than there is. Don't be a sheep. Don't be a fool. Because they're all out there on YouTube. Catch you guys on the next one.